6. Students, your 3 years, while to some of you may have seemed to be like our long, snowy winter, really did pass very quickly. And during that short span of time, you evolved through many stages. At times, you may have felt like the character in this passage. "Who are you?" said the caterpillar. Alice replied, rather shyly, I hardly know, sir. Just at present, at least I knew who I was when I got up this morning. But then I think I must have changed several times since then." "What do you mean by that?" said the caterpillar sternly. "Explain yourself." "I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir," said Alice, "because I'm not myself, you see." "I don't see," said the caterpillar. "I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly," Alice replied very politely, "for I can't understand it myself to begin with, and being so many different sizes in a day is very confusing." As you may have guessed, that passage came from the Lewis Carroll classic, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Thank you, Mrs. Melanthi, for giving me this excerpt. Being so many different sizes in a day, we have watched you evolve, change, and then turn into mature young men and women ready for your next step, high school. Today, it is a time for us to say goodbye and to let you step forth. We celebrate the ending of your middle-level education and your stepping forth into high school. To help me officially commemorate this passage, let me introduce the people joining me on stage. Mrs. Deborah Cavacci, our assistant principal. Dr. Ted Merritt, our superintendent of schools. Mrs. Sally Flynn, our co-PTA president. From our faculty, Mrs. Margaret Winters, and Mrs. Catherine Pitzler. And our 2 students, Ms. Julie Grieg, president of our student council, and Mr. Joseph Collins, president of the 8th grade council. Our first speaker this evening is the person who charts the course for the Trumbull Public Schools. He is a tireless worker and an innovative thinker. Dr. Ted Merritt, our superintendent